Sweet Caroline. Womp,
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 womp.
womp. Horrible.
It's so bad.
Distasteful.
You know that dude who play? Imagine like being the dude who plays that when you have sex. Womp, womp, womp.
You are a joke. I said it. I'm gatekeeping now.
I would never.
Imagine like, yeah, girl, hold up, let me put on my tunes.
My favorite is
Alive.
when people have like the K-pop sex playlists, but then like
Oh.
some songs in there will be just really sad. And they're like, yeah, but it's sexy. I'm like, it's not sexy for me to hear like this dude's being abused. All right.
Help me, my mom beats me.
Like there's one song that a lot of people put in their sex playlist, and it's literally about this dude who like hides who he is because the girl he's in love with doesn't love him for who he is. And everyone's like, yeah, that's romantic. That's sexy. Yeah, let's have sex to that. And I'm like, no. No.
Look, I've learned my lesson from cringe, alright?
Don't do
About
it.
time y'all do too.
We're only gonna have sex to one song and one song only. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Dude.
Is this where you wanna be? I just don't get it. Why do you want to stay Five Nights at Freddy's?
All I think about is just Jack Black, and it haunts me.
I love him.
I love him too. I'm so happy that he plays Bowser in the Mario movie.
Dude, you have no idea how much Bowser porn I see.
You know, you made me sad now.
What? He's hot. Do you know how many? No,
No.
not just
Anyway,
Bowser. It's Bowser and Luigi. I don't know what's going on with them, but after the trailer came out, there's so many art that I see of Luigi and Bowser getting it on, and I'm like, you know what?
I have never.
You've never seen it?
I've never thought I'd see the day where people were like, you know what, Luigi and Bowser.
And
like,
Bowser.
I wouldn't be shocked if it was like a Mario and Bowser thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Would not be shocked. But it's the fact Luigi's involved has got me a bit confuzzled, if you will.
Don't be confuzzled, baby.
I'm really about to blow up this entire forest. Sorry.
We're really getting into deforestation a little bit too much.
We're getting into our capitalist era.
This is our. Well, I mean, what do you think we're doing right now?
Don't tell anyone.
I won't say anything.
No. You're gonna be shocked at the amount of tree loss.
I got to hear all the damage, you know? I'm like right here by the windows.
Oh,
I'm literally making You blew up the house.
a little bit, yeah. But it's fine. It was ugly, those parts, because it was not, like, you know when the dirt completely overtakes it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what the house has. Just dirt all over. But, you know, what can you do? Am I right? Am I right? If you want to take the wood, you can.
I'm just
That's
looking at this TNT that's staring at me.
Hands. Touching hands. Reaching out.
Touching me.
Touching you. Sweet
Caroline.
Good time never seems so. Dook, 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 dook. It makes me so angry. How deforested does it look?
We just need to put some sad piano music and some animals, and I think we're good.
Oh, hell yeah, that's the kind of sappy tappy I need.
Would you save a child? No.
What would you do if there was a kid right in front of you? All I think about is Monster House, where he eats the.
Oh my
the chocolate
god.
bar.
Yes.
Oh. Look at the red spots in the area, dude.
I don't even know what that means.
That means all the stuff that's dropped, like the items.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought those were enemies.
No, so if you drop anything, you better look out, because that's what the red dots usually mean. That's either something you dropped, or
I never knew that.
Well, now you know.
If you don't know, now you know.
It's here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the choices that they chose for this place is so ugly.
Touching you, sweet Caroline.
I'm
I'm gonna open this up. I want to see if anything's inside. Because if not, I will leave it be. But if so, I will wonder why.
What are you opening up?
Turns out it's all cobblestone. All of that we're looking at is free real estate.
The giant. We at the hotel. Hotel. Holiday Inn. Oh my fucking god.
What?
Hearing you say that and then boom of the place exploding.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What are you talking about? I have no clue.
I'm like the construction workers that work around everything. They're like, beep, beep.
Don't mind me. Don't mind me.
Don't mind us. We're just working.
Working it.
Yeah, we're working it.
You've seen The Truman Show, right?
No,
What?
I've never seen it.
Oh my god, now we have to watch it, because now I can't say what I wanted to say. Damn
Is that
you!
what you're comparing?
I was gonna compare it to Don't Worry Darling, that movie that recently came out with Harry Styles.
I'm gonna make an assumption about what Don't Worry Darling's about. Have you seen it?
I have seen it, yes. You
I
can
have
make
not.
your assumption.
So I'm gonna just make a guess and you
Go
tell
ahead.
me if I'm...
Go ahead.
I'm not that interested in it because, to be fair, watching Harry Styles in a movie gives me a headache. I'm being completely real.
I will say before you start that my friend really liked it. And, I'm glad that something original came out. That's it. That's like all I have to say is like, I'm glad that something actually original dropped. Instead of us getting the same, like, remake over and over again. But I have opinions, but you can go ahead and tell me what you think.
Because I might not watch it, you know what I mean? But this is my guess. Right? They're like, don't worry, darling. We're gonna go somewhere because my job says this is a place we gotta be.
Oh, do you want me to spoil it, by the way? Like, you want me to tell you? Okay, then go ahead.
So, oh, darling, my boss says it's time for an experiment for this town and for peace or whatever we want to achieve here, darling. Don't worry about it. It'll be great. And she's like, I don't know, maybe, sounds good, sounds promising. Okay, let's go. And then he's like, all right, darling, check out this place. It's perfect. It's like a heaven on earth where we have so much to do together as a family. Even though we're not really gonna have babies yet, but as a family. And everyone here is like family. And then she's like, yeah, sure. And then something happens that she notices is off. And she's like, maybe this place isn't so good. So she goes and checks it out and finds a deep, dark secret about people who are controlling this for a certain reason, probably in relation to something involving human behavior, or maybe even experimenting on actual people about how easy it is to brainwash them and they don't realize anything. And she's like, oh my god, we gotta leave. And he's like, baby, I already knew this the whole time. I thought that would work out for us. And let me kiss you. And then she's like, no, don't touch me. I'm tired of this. You lied. You lied. Don't worry, darling. Everything's going to be okay. We're going to he's either going to be like, yeah, let's get out of here. And I'll help find a way out. Or he's going to be down with them and then turn on them last minute, maybe dying after. Because, don't worry, darling. And the Chris Pine guy, who I used to think was hot and whatever, he's like, oh, you're not getting away this time. And then he tries to stop her and puts her in some type of captivity bubble underground somewhere. And she's like, I have to escape with or without me husband. And she goes and does it with another lady she became friends with. And she's like, lady, help me. Oh my god, And then she manages to either escape or take over everything and make it better. That is my predictions.
So she's stuck in this, like, place that it's like in the 1960s. And, she's like stuck in this, like, society ruled by these men. And the whole time, because I'm just gonna say it as it was, she doesn't question her reality or anything about it until like an hour in, and this movie is like 2 hours long. And she finds this like weird building that when she touches it, it like teleports her some place, and
Oh.
it's I hope I'm not making it sound interesting, because it's not interesting at all.
I
But
don't know. I'm just like
yeah.
oh, like as in, all right, that's something.
So yeah, Harry Styles is also there, and they have sex all the time. It's great. Woo. Basically, Harry Styles' character is going to take over this company. Like he's getting like
I knew it.
he was going to get promoted, and he was hoping to get promoted.
I knew it.
And he's supposed to be just the whole run-of-the-mill dude who's like, dude, we're just getting an opportunity to have a better life. I don't know why
You're
are
like so worked up about this.
Yeah, you're so worked up about this. I don't know why you're trying to sabotage, you know, what I worked so hard for. Like, we're happy what we're doing. And she's like slowly realizing that this place is not as perfect as it seems to be.
Just like I said.
And, you know, the women around her it's just really weird. And she can't really exactly pinpoint what is it that makes her so uneasy and what's going on. And then you
Oh my
find...
God, was she kidnapped by One Direction?
Oh my... And then she finds out that she is basically in a virtual world. That none of where she is real. It's fake. It's a virtual world. Nothing there exists at all. It's all a farce. And...
What about Harry?
Harry? He's just a dude who gets... He's supposed to be insane. He's supposed to be insane. But they don't play that out at all. They don't build that up at all. But he's supposed to be an insane character who, like, kidnaps her, and when I mean supposed to, I mean they never actually wrote this in. So you're supposed to glean this without him actually saying anything. And he is supposed to be like, oh, but I just, you know, I want what's best for us, and she had like a whole career and stuff going on. And also, it's in modern day.
I was gonna say, it seems like it's modern.
It's modern day, but it's set in the 60s. With a place that, like, the internet, not the internet, the fake place that they live in. Because it's all virtual.
That's why I already knew that was gonna be like the thing, like it wasn't like a real place. I already had that feeling.
Yeah, I already knew that it was gonna be like, this doesn't actually exist, but... What upset me was I don't want to tell you anything about The Truman Show. It's a really good movie. I feel like we should just watch it. But I'm just gonna say how I felt about the movie and not compare it to another one. So, she never actually questions her surroundings, even though things are weird.
Things are wrong, but I'm not gonna say it.
Yes, things are wrong. And she, like, for some reason, she'll cook something, but no matter what she cooks, Harry is never full. And... the girls around her, she can't get pregnant for some reason, even though she's wanted to try and become pregnant and have children. She's wanted to have a family. But
I was right about some.
But, like, yeah, but Harry and her kind of, like, they quote-unquote agreed that they weren't going to have any children. And
I also knew that.
And they don't want any children. Of course, she didn't include that she literally can't, because it's a virtual world, and that is not possible. But, yes, it was supposed to be like, oh, we decided we don't want children. But the leader, they never explain what he's actually doing, what they're expanding on, like, what is actually going on. If that makes sense. Like, they talk about it, but you never actually get to see for yourself, like, oh my god, they're doing something weird.
Gotcha.
Like, you kind of don't get anything out of it. You're never, like, satisfied. Because they never expand upon what they're, like, what they're doing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying.
And it was really upsetting, because I'm like, I don't understand what's going on, and they're not explaining what's going on, and how, like, she doesn't question her reality at all. How am I supposed to, like, you're supposed to root for her to escape.
How am I supposed to root for you if you're not even like?
Like, she doesn't question anything. She'll figure something out, and then it would time skip. It would time skip to the next day. So I'm like, wait, so what did she do with this information? Nothing. She did nothing with that information.
She's like, oh, sees blood on the floor and goes, huh? And then Tuesday.
Yeah, like, it would just time skip, and I'm like, okay, I guess. And it was really lackluster, and
Nothing special about it.
nothing special, and they changed a lot of everything in the script, so it was even more, like, upsetting knowing that they changed a bunch. Because this is how it...
Like a chance.
This is how it was supposed to be, okay?
Yeah.
This was supposed to be a female empowering movie, because you know how, like, the lady was like, oh, I'm firing Shia LaBeouf because of, you know, these accusations towards him, and I love women. Like, you've heard about that, right?
Yes.
So, she puts herself in there as a freaking main character. Of course she does. But, like, Harry did nothing. He brought nothing to it. If they kept Shia LaBeouf to be the manipulative, insane boyfriend, it would have hit more, you know?
Because
he's good at playing those characters. He eats up those characters constantly. But you could just tell that the director just wanted to sleep with Harry Styles, and that's the only reason why she kept him in the movie. I'm not saying he slept with her, because he didn't sleep with her, but it was just, it felt like, okay.
You just did that for a satisfaction.
You just want him in here for this reason and that reason only. In the original script, it was supposed to be he was an incel and his girlfriend is a famous surgeon, and she's making it really good for herself. She's making a move in a picture, and she's doing something. And he was staying at home, playing video games all the time, and not actually doing anything. And he was upset that his girlfriend was getting a better career and getting paid more. And so he finds this place where you get stuck in the 1960s, and it was basically a bunch of men who were like, oh yeah, back when it was like the good ages, where women were put in their place, and men were the ones who rule. And so that's what this society was they like built this virtual world where they would like do shock therapy to make their girlfriends believe that they're from the 1960s, that they don't have any power, that they're not supposed to have any power, and it was supposed to be like this whole take on like Hollywood and, you know, and like men being above women and shit like that. And bitch, it just didn't eat. It didn't serve. It didn't give what it was supposed to give. And like in the original script, it was supposed to be like 3/4 of the movie, the main character, she is supposed to be stuck in that world. And then in the end, you find out that her boyfriend, Harry Styles, had kidnapped her and like had chained her to like this room so that she would never know and would never figure out that like she was anything more than what she was. Like, he literally faked her death and like everything. Like, it was supposed to be this big thing, but because they didn't want you figuring out that it was like a fake world early on, they just took that out of the script. And I just feel like that just
should have been a Survivor movie.
Yeah, I thought it would be so much cooler to see her escape and then see her kill him, because at the end she escapes from this digital world and then kills him, and then she gets out and then saves the other women who are also getting held captive. So it's like this whole empowering thing, and it just, you know, it feels like just desserts. It's so much better, but they don't do that, and it's...
I mean, I guess I would say they always do the, like, if we bring in the sweetest guy trope.
Mm-hmm.
You know, automatically not, like, oh, there are guys who, even though they look sweet, you know, they ain't that sweet.
Yeah.
Which I can see why people go for that kind of trope.
Yeah.
But it's so played out.
It was so played out, and also, like, a lot of it was just like, oh, look, it's Harry Styles, and now they're gonna have sex. And I get what they were trying to do was, like, he only saw her as an object. They never actually, like, got close or had any, like, depth in their relationship, because he only wanted to come home and sleep with her. And then when she would, like, start asking questions, he'd start yelling at her. But Harry Styles wasn't good at yelling at people, so it doesn't feel like intense. It doesn't feel like I'm stuck in a situation with an abuser who's not gonna listen to me. You know what I'm saying? Like it just.
Like I've seen some scenes of him, and it just
he doesn't explode like I want him to, you know?
Like you're so awesome, like to go off the handle.
Yes, I want him to yell at her. I want like to give a reason on why she hasn't combated him before. Because she's scared of him, because he has power, but when he's just a weak little frickin' British boy who they also change his accent.
He sounds a little funny.
In the 60s, he has the British accent, but in modern day, he doesn't have the accent, meaning he just gave himself an accent in this world, and I just find that hilarious. But it just makes no sense because no one
treated it like a.
But no one else has an accent. So it's like, wait, did you just do that because you wanted to be cool? And like the way that she breaks out of the world isn't really interesting. She has to go to this physical building to wake up, and she doesn't even enter it. She just touches the wall, and then she's teleported out of it. So it's like, wait, what? You know what I'm saying? And then she kills Harry in the simulation, and then the other lady who is the director was like, you have to escape because now they're gonna find your real body, and now they're gonna kill you too. And then bitch takes like 10 minutes to actually run away when this girl's like, dude, get out of here. What are you doing? And she's like, oh, you want me to run? Oh, yeah, okay, I'll run. And I'm like, she was telling you to run for like a good 10 minutes. Why haven't you left yet? Like, what? Florence, literally, she carried the whole movie. Her acting did so much. But, like, you could tell that she just looked like she was having a hard time trying to carry it, you know?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I would giggle the whole time. I'd be like, girl really did this for a fetish, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's literally what it felt like. Like, oh, I'm gonna have it hot and sexy because it's Harry Styles. But, like, they treated it more like artsy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could tell that she wanted it to be like this cool thing. And it could have been that thing, but for me...
She kinda gives me I'm not like other girls.
Yes, yes. The reason why I was having a hard time with it, it was like, I'm glad that something original came out, okay? Like, I am. I'm really happy that it's like a brand new thing, even though it wasn't executed the way that I would have liked. But that doesn't mean I hate it. I just really wish that they had her. I wanted to be able to root for her. But she never figured out that anything was wrong, you know?
It's more just like, oh yeah, by the way.
Like, I wish that we could have seen her, like, combat and question things. And
like complete her story. Don't just treat it like, you know.
It just really felt that anytime she figured out anything, she just gave up on it.
She doesn't even attempt.
She doesn't even attempt. Like there's like I get what they were saying, but I'm like, if we have never actually seen her try and get shot down, how do we know that people have been disagreeing with her?
And how would you know that she wouldn't have questions?
You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. It's just like...
She sounds like she's more happy with the fact that she's there from the fact that she doesn't even, like, contemplate it not once.
Like, that's what bothers me. I'm like, I understand that people who are in abusive relationships can't question their reality because their reality is going to be denied. But we've never seen it on screen. How am I supposed to know that for years now her reality has been doubted if it's never brought up? I don't know that. We're never shown that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wish we got to see her question things. She questions it once. Dynamic. And yeah, it never happens. And the Harry, again, never explodes. She keeps pushing and pushing and pushing. And he never, like, yells at her. Like, he yells at her once.
Yeah, like personally, I feel like it would just, to be fair, even if they did try to change the movie the way that you mentioned that they were supposed to, I feel like it would have been like a barbarian situation.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, lackluster-ish, not really everything to hype for what, because there's nothing really to hype in my opinion.
Like, it
you know
just...
what I mean? Like, I was like, okay, what makes it, like, with Barbarian, what makes this movie so, like, wow, people are freaking out, really wanting to see it? Like, don't get me wrong, the beginning of the movie? You've not seen it, right?
I've not. I've seen reviews, but...
I'm not gonna spoil it unless you already know.
Okay.
Do you know?
Know what? Like how it ends?
About yeah.
I don't remember how it ends now.
Okay. So basically, the movie from 1 to 10, in my personal opinion, it was just a basic 4. Because what gains their 4 points is because the beginning of the story, I thought, was a perfect it was a perfect way to start a movie. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like the air is tense. There's a lot of strong build up. And you're really immersed in the main character's story at first, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they built it up really well for the beginning. And slowly, it devolved into this, I guess, in my mind, she picked the dumbest choices.
Mm-hmm.
Like, throughout the movie, nothing about after those good first 20 to 30 minutes. It just goes right out the door. Like, straight out the door. You know what I mean? Because literally, it's like, oh, she wants to be, self-preservation, and she's so smart, and then all that goes out the window. And like, right after those, I'm smart, I'm gonna do, like, she was doing really smart things at first, and then it just devolved, like, where did your head go?
Yeah.
Like, you were doing so, like, in my opinion, you were doing so well with trying to keep yourself safe and whatever, and then you're, like, making, like, okay, I'm gonna give you an example without spoiling anything.
Okay.
You find something you shouldn't have found. You're just gonna run away, right?
Okay, yeah.
She stays.
Okay.
And not only does she stay, she decides it's a smart idea to go after someone who she just met. For someone she thought was a threat at first. Like, there's not enough good nature in my heart. I'm gonna call the police. Like, I'm not going after them. Especially after what she saw. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was like, here she is going like, oh, I can take care of myself. It's like, literally, you are making every
bad decision,
horror movie bad decision that I've ever seen. Like, nothing, like, I wasn't even rooting for her at that point. I was hoping that she would just get what she could deserve, because girl really acted like she wanted to die for, like, the rest of the remainder of the movie, and I was just looking like, what? You know what I mean? Like, I was extremely disappointed, because people were, like, hyping this movie up. Like, it took a weird turn. It did. It took a horrendously weird turn. And that was a nice, I guess, different approach. But at the end, it was kind of lackluster. Because they were building up for something that just
never came.
And the camera shots and camera angles, though, very well done. I'll give them that. They made a cool, like, claustrophobic feeling for the movie. But other than their cinematography, the dialogue, I mean, I could have a trigger warning. It's basically, the whole movie's an innuendo of sexual assault, pretty much.
Okay.
Like, that's, I guess, the main theme of the movie. Which, it was very, like, when you find out the story, it's just gross. But it's like, okay, alright. Where is this going? You know?
Yeah.
Like, we already know what's what, but where is this going? And why? You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, like, I didn't have it in my heart to just look at the girl and be like, yeah, you're doing great, sweetie. No, you're doing horrible, sweetie. All this, all that you're doing right now, stop. Just stop. Like,
we love that.
Dude, nothing redeemable. The one person I felt bad for was, I guess, the villain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the quote-unquote villain. Because at the end of the day, I mean, it was just like it's like it's not a movie worth watching unless you want that shock factor at first. Because after that, you just want to laugh at her because it's like you say, "Oh, I want to do this," but you do like the complete opposite of what you said you're about to do. That it's almost like it's a joke. All of it was stone, and I had to fill it up.
Yeah. And then later we can always put trees and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so far I'm almost done with the first floor, if you haven't seen it.
I have. I was taking a little peeky peek. It's really pretty.
What have you
Is there
seen?
anything else I should do? Like outside?
I mean, you know what you could do?
What's that?
You can start having, like, maybe a garden out here. Maybe it, like, look like some people can actually, like, tend to the garden. Have, like, waterfalls and stuff and, like, places for them to sit.
Oh, you gave me an idea with the waterfall. Maybe I'll do it, like, up here.
Yeah, like, you can have it trickle down. But have you seen everything on the first floor or no?
Not everything, no.
Okay, I don't want you looking until I'm done.
Okay, I won't look.
Alright, because I got the right side done. I'm gonna work on the left now. was an asshole. And he's the one who gets turned into the walrus, and then they leave him like that.
I mean, good for him.
They could have turned him back. Like, how that thing worked was, like, he just needed to fit him into the walrus suit, so he, like, cut his legs off. But, like, they could have taken the suit off. They just left him as a walrus.
Shoot, I would too.
And I'm like, that really shows who you are as a person. If your freaking girlfriend and best friend wants to leave you, they prefer you as a fucking walrus.
That's how it ends? They just leave him there?
Yeah, they put him in, like, this, exhibit. Like, this, not exhibit. Like, you know the place where they put animals who are in need? Sanctuary! They put him in a sanctuary.
And what does he do?
He just sits there and eats fish all day. That's it.
Shouldn't be that funny.
So, they just... He gets kept as a walrus.
Hey, you wanna try this role? Yeah, what's up? Yeah, we're gonna need you to be a walrus for a little bit.
And you're gonna be a complete dickhead.
The entire time. And don't ask questions, we just need you. Can you fit in this suit?
And he's like, of course. What do you think I am? Walrus material, that's what.
You know, I used to confuse him and the guy from Friends.
Ross?
No,
David Schwimmer?
Yes. I would used to confuse him and David Schwimmer.
Oh my god, I'm curious.
Oh, I get Ethan Hawke and, Kevin Bacon confused. I do.
Dude, a lot of white people just look the same to me. And so I'm like, that's the same person, right? And they're like, no, that's a different actor. I'm like, I don't believe you.
Like, dude, I've been having this struggle since I've seen Ethan Hawke play in movies and shows again. Like, him in, Moon Knight, him in The Black Phone, and I'm like... And then I saw Kevin Bacon in the thing I just watched with my dad with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
And you're like,
I'm just like...
same person.
I was like, God, who does this remind me of? From Shrek. They look the same.
I mean, I've always thought that the dude who played in Home Alone looked like Howard the Duck.
I mean, hey.
Have you ever seen Howard the Duck?
I have. My mom used to make me watch those movies when I was younger.
And it's just like, why is she fucking the duck?
Why does she have boobs?
Why did the human fuck the duck?
Because I guess people have been a furry longer than they like to admit.
I mean, yeah, but it's a duck.
Yeah.
Ducks aren't like really hot to look at.
I said what I said. These people are funny.
Like, come on, pick a hot animal, you know, like a dragon. Or like a tiger. Or I don't know, like a werewolf.
Yes, a werewolf.
On all levels of physical. A werewolf.
I hate that.
I just like that now, like, she came out.
She came out and now she's like, oh god.
Don't remind me. And I'm just like, oh, you were just dealing with dysphoria and thinking you were a wolf.
You weren't a wolf.
You weren't a wolf, you were a woman.
You were a woman in disguise.
We knew it, it's okay. Well, I mean, a lot of furries are trans, you know? People are just like, yeah, you're a fucking water dragon cabbage, dude. Like,
Cabbage.
Yeah, that cabbage dog, have you seen him?
I've not.
Oh my god, you would love him. You think there's porn of Remy the Rat?
There is.
You said that too fast. You said that way too fast. You were ready for that question.
Because, you know, I know you. Yeah?
It's just a thing, you know? You have to ask. Yeah. Dude, you really like OD'd on these freaking lamps, dude.
How so?
Dude, I'm looking at a wall of fucking 10. Like...
I don't know what you're talking about.
I have no knowledge of this man.
I have never heard of him in my life. Doctor, I did not sleep with this man.
Bitches. I sent home girl, you Girl. Yeah. Yeah, I knew it.
I know.
I understand Kratos is a little bit more, you know,
Important.
beautiful and more slay than us, but you know, I just
Gaslit by two people at the same time. Exactly what I dreamed of.
My feelings are hurt.
you're
you know?
being gaslit by what, dude? You've been looking too much at Kratos' pecs to pay attention to me. I die. I'm Tinkerbell, bitch. I die. I'm dying. Do you believe in me, Kevin? Kevin, I'm dying. Does he look concerned? Does he look concerned?
No, he doesn't.
Damn it!
listen.
I knew it! I knew it! That fucking bitch!
He's got nudes of Kratos. We just don't know it yet.
Oh, I already knew it. I expected much. I knew.
I expected too much from him.
I knew. I knew that Kratos would slay.
Slay. You just got slayed.
Slay what you wanna slay, and let the
Slay.
slay
and let the
slay.
slay.
Wanna
Honestly.
slay.